Ladies and gentlemen, the Praga R1. This is my second video in this fine racing-oriented automobile. My first one was no commentary. It was my first YouTube video on my channel, and frankly, it was more of a test of my process than anything. Now I've got the videos doing the video things that I wanted to do. I'll make another video about that process because I think I'm kicking out some visually high quality stuff at 60 frames per second. You can be the judge of that, but I will show you guys my behind the scenes process. This is the fun part of the job right here of the channel, which is driving around in these cool cars in this awesome game. And the cool thing about the Praga R1 is I love it because I'm an open wheel driver. This isn't as fast as like the Lotus Exos and some of the open wheel cars that I enjoy driving in the game, but it drives a lot like them. But it's a car with a top and sort of fenders and cool design and stuff like that. And out of the box, in the softest tires, you can hammer on this for two reasons. One, it's extremely well handling. Put on the soft tires, and it's almost too well. I almost had more fun. I did a couple runs earlier where I just left the medium compound on, and I would say I actually had a little more fun with the car than I do on the soft compounds. Now this lap isn't about fun. This is about me trying to beat my own time from that first video, and we'll see if I can do that. So the other reason why this car is fun is it's got the good handling. It's got the margin for error that I love because I will make errors, and I like having margin for those errors and not just being on the edge of perfect or wrecked through every corner. Number 1.5, it sounds great like when I'm downshifting through there. And the other benefit, especially if you're learning a large track like the Nordschleife, is the car just doesn't have all the power in the world. So if you're like me and you kind of like to use the throttle as an on-off switch, it's not going to get you in a whole lot of trouble. Cars not to do that on, the Shelby Cobra 427. This whole different game, decades newer, and designed for a phenomenal on-track experience, and that is exactly what it delivers. You get just in the out-of-the-box setup, I'm in the pro settings like I like to be, and I haven't touched the vehicle setup at all except for the tires. Wow! Okay. On the grass. Oh, way too hot into there. Sorry. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed, actually. As you're coming out of corners like this one, look at the gas. I'm on the gas, and you don't have to worry about spinning unless you hit that curb. You don't have understeer. You actually have delightfully subtle oversteer out of the box in this car. Use it wisely. Don't carry too much speed and momentum in. It doesn't have an infinite grip. But if you're like me and you like to go in smooth to a corner and come out strong, this vehicle delivers. Look at me on the throttle all the way throughout there, up through third, fourth, bring it up to fifth here. The braking is very nice and smooth, threshold braking, no ABS in the factory settings here. On it there, smooth out, and that's not necessarily a smooth corner depending on how much power you have. You can easily spin it there. Now here's where we start seeing the power deficit compared to other vehicles in the game. Here we'll go through my Achilles heel where I crash all the time, and I made it through there. Almost spun. If you've driven this car, this track, you'll know that you can easily get on the throttle too early there and just spin it around. Now look, I'm full on and I'm at the top of fifth gear and I'm only going 135 miles an hour. The C7 factory non-R probably goes through. Yeah, I went to sixth. I brought it back down to fifth. You've got more power in just some, street cars here, but they don't have the handling and the grip. So think of this more like a big go-kart in terms of power, body roll, etc. Probably almost even too big a track for this car. Obviously it's fun and obviously you can drive it here, but you do run into those sections where you're kind of out of power compared to what the track would be able to let you do. The car just doesn't. Now in a section like this, where I need to be precise or whatever, beautiful, beautiful handling vehicle on the gas through here. In fact, we're going to be able to hopefully get a good cadence or rhythm going through the, oh, careful, well, that was fun. Don't hit the high curbs here, or the low ones, or any, that's my advice. Oh, let's see, third gear. Let's try to build some momentum here. You really do need to think about momentum with this vehicle because you can't muscle out of the corners. You can certainly mash the gas, but that doesn't mean you're accelerating very quickly. So I'm gonna try to keep it through fourth gear through here. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're smooth. Maybe even at the expense of a perfect apex on some of these corners. Maybe even running a little bit wider to keep the momentum up. I don't know if that's the fastest way, but it might be with this car. Taking it down to third here. We got some tighter corners. So well balanced, even a little bit of understeer just on the way that corner is situated, but that's fine. We're getting delightful, subtle oversteer out of most of the corners. And just like that, we're kind of wrapping it up here. This kind of went by in a blur. We got the downforce, so we didn't get real light where we usually do. I'm on the curb there, which I do not like. That was humiliating, that I would touch that curb. Trying not to die right here. Down to third. Skipping a little bit there. Down to third, a little embankment. Get through that without spinning. Good. 2 more corners. And we're looking good. I think we're trying to beat 651 here. Let's see if we can bring it home. 1 corner, full on it. Down the stretch. 45, 6, 7, 8.5. So yes, faster than my first effort. Opportunities to go faster. Almost every lap around the ring here, you find opportunities. There's no such thing as a perfect lap, at least not for me. Enjoy the Praga R1. Give it a try if you haven't. Have fun. Stay safe.